do here on Skiba News Nation, please like and subscribe. And also share with others so we can grow the biggest truth-seeking community on the internet. Huge shout out to all of our Patreons out there. If you like bonus content, you want some extra Skiba News Nation stuff, please go to patreon.com/Skiba News Nation.
Welcome to Skiba News Nation, bringing you unfiltered views, news, interviews, discussions, and more. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Skiba, award-winning musician and son of Rob Skiba.
With the son of the legendary Rob Skiba. Jeremiah Skiba, what's up?
With my great and insightful co-host, Mr. Jake Graham. It's like I don't even want to wake up.
He's on a quest for truth.
Something huge is coming. We're building the world's largest truther convention. It's called TrutherCon.
This is the place where truthers unite to explore knowledge, ask tough questions, to challenge the mainstream narrative.
But it isn't just a convention. It's a movement for free thought, open discussion, and the right to question everything.
We are bringing in some of the biggest names of the truther community, so expect deep discussions, mind-blowing revelations, and connections with like-minded truth seekers.
If you feel like the truth is being hidden from you, this is where you need to be.
And the best part, it's 100% grassroots, built by truthers for truthers, straight from our Skiba News Nation family. TrutherCon will be a massive networking event. I believe this is going to be the most exciting truther event ever.
October 2025 in Dallas, Texas. We hope to see you there. Hey Skiba News Nation family, welcome to episode 128 of Skiba News Nation, your weekly source of the latest news, controversial topics, conspiracies, forgotten history, and so much more. I'm your host, Jeremiah Skiba, and today we're going to be talking about a tourist rescued from a flooding cave. Record-breaking drone shows take flight as drone warfare is right around the corner. Alligator Alcatraz being used for government experiments. Another AI robot freakout. Is artificial intelligence out of control? Obama seems to be in hot water as new proof shows he sabotaged Trump's first campaign with the Russia hoax. And are they really putting mRNA jabs in our fruits and vegetables? An all-new Opus Corner. And this week we have a special segment from Washington, D.C. Lindsay and I visit Ford's Theater where Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, and we visit the Peterson house where he died. We even snuck into the property of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry headquarters. What we saw will raise more questions than answers. Now here's my co-host, Mr. Jake Graham. Welcome, Jake. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty great, Jeremiah. I'm super stoked to see more about your trip, Jeremiah. And before we get into the episode, I wanted to remind everybody, for TrutherCon, our early bird tickets are going to be, it's your last chance to get early bird tickets very soon. So I want people to get their early bird tickets before they lose the opportunity, because we really like you guys, and we want you to be able to save money, and we want you to be able to go to the conference. And so if you want to get those early bird tickets, make sure to get your TrutherCon tickets ASAP.
Yep. All right, man. Yeah, it's going to be an epic event, and can't wait. Some of the names that we're about to announce are pretty insane. So, yeah, make sure you get your tickets. And you got some good current news for me today, Jake?
Yeah, we got some cool little clips.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have recently some tourists were rescued from a flooded cave, and it's pretty horrifying to watch this footage because we've been seeing all the flooding that's been going on recently. But just check out this and imagine how you're gonna feel trying to escape from a flooded cave following this very slowly moving lady, right? How would you feel?
Heads on the left hand side, guys. Oh my god. Come on, stay under. Stay underneath. Watch your heads. Are you guys ready?
Come on, lady, it's not the DMV. Let's go.
This was a bad day for a pencil skirt. Oh no.
One step. I guess it would be hard to find your footing, but I mean, come on.
Now look when the camera pans how many people are waiting behind. There's like a whole...
She's like, selfie.
Okay. What have you been up to?
Walking real slow.
Well, and then try and get wet.
You're dressed perfectly for caving.
Absolutely.
Wow, so they survived that little situation, and it was in Northern Ireland where that cave was getting flooded, but man, it was just like, can you imagine going down into a cave, like looking around, and then all of a sudden it just starts dripping a little bit too much, and then all of a sudden, you know, like you're like, ah!
First thing I would do is run. Run. I'd be the first one out.
Phew. Here's a clip. I believe this is in Kyiv, and it is a hurricane knocking down a crane. This just recently happened. Check this out. So a crane falling due to hurricane force winds in Kyiv. Very interesting. Hey, jumping over to the other side of the world here, we have some more drone footage coming out of China. Listen, this drone stuff is getting pretty crazy. And we saw some record-breaking footage recently, but here's some more footage of more record-breaking drone shows. Guys, amazing. Check this out. Oh, that's cool. I mean, what do you guys think about those drone shows, and what would you make the drones do if you had the power to type in what shape they should create in the sky?
I would say look into Skiba News Nation and come get your TruthCon tickets, or I would just create a giant cat running through the air, you know, but they don't have anything on the US's pyro drones, which are firework drones. They're super cool, but they're super dangerous. But
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Whoa.
Yeah, I saw some of those fire drones, and they are pretty amazing. The only thing that I find on those drone shows, you can only see them from one side, and if you're on the side of them or the back side, you don't see very much.
Yeah, that's interesting. You have to be sat at a very particular place. I would love to see a giant TrutherCon logo spinning in the side, Jeremiah. I think we should probably just, you know, get some footage whipped up of that. you know, whether AI footage or whatever, we could get like just a little clip of.
Yeah, if somebody could do that, that'd be awesome. I'm sure one of our subscribers can make that happen.
Actually, the biggest drone company, as far as the exhibit, the ones that do put on the shows, is in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, the drone technology is just going so crazy, and you can see how the private sector is increasing their capabilities as well as the military sector. Here's a shot of a drone factory in Zvezda, Russia. So this is what they're making in Russia to bomb Ukraine and other parts of the world, supposedly. But drone warfare is here, and this is what a big drone factory looks like. It's pretty crazy. I've never seen where they were actually making that kind of stuff, but it is cool to see. Maybe not cool. It's pretty crazy to see how fast they can crank out hundreds and hundreds of these drones. And just imagine those things swarming you like they're swarming you like a Dragon Ball Z character in the sky. Like, that's how they're training these AI models in the private sector to be used probably for other, less savory means. Here's some other breaking news. In Russia, there's an Eternal Flame exhibit that just recently had a small boy walk up to it and put out the Eternal Flame. So it's no longer eternal. Check this out.
I mean, he did the right thing. He tried to put out the fire.
Really making sure that thing's out.
Yep.
He's like, I'm out of here. The Eternal Flame has been extinguished. So, yeah, don't worry. He didn't get put into a gulag. Apparently, children 14 years and under can't be convicted of criminal, endeavors there. The guys over there at Sunday Cool Teas, and they were talking about Alcatraz being used as a place for human experiments. Pretty interesting. Look at this.
I got a strange thing. June 24th, RFK Jr., he's at a congressional hearing, and he starts talking about biotechs and wearables. His quote is, "My vision is every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years." That's 330 million people. Where would you possibly get that funding? In the big, beautiful bill, National Institute of Health was cut by 40%. Center for Disease Control cut by 50%. There's another line item within that bill. They funded this rural health transformation with $25 billion. What it says is remote monitoring, robotics, AI, other advanced tech. And there was a $443 million contract from the CDC to take over data functions. But guess who that was to? Palantir. Peter Thiel has $443 million contract from the CDC to take over all their data functions. And May 30th, DeSantis vetoed a bill that would let families sue doctors over medical malpractice if it resulted in death.
That would be nice.
Thiel and Musk are close. So what's going on with him? In January, Neuralink selects the University of Miami to be their second location for brain transplants for the Neuralink. If you're trying to experiment, you're going to have either a ton of volunteers or detain people who have no consent, cannot sue, cannot do anything about it. You've heard of Alligator Alcatraz, right? That is 45 miles away from the University of Miami. Hundreds and hundreds of people are at this Alcatraz. They can't do anything about it.
Just a theory, by the way. The whole excuse was they can't get out, but the reality is eyes can't get in either.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man.
So, I I thought that was really interesting, some of the things they put together of topics that we've covered pretty extensively in the past few weeks, especially Palantir and the connection between that and things like Neuralink and human trials for all these varying transhuman agendas. In a cool little clip I found recently, just your run-of-the-mill AI breakdown, a bot going crazy and violently thrashing again. Why does this seem to be so common? I mean, he starts getting angry. You would not like him when he's angry. All right, so just to break that clip down for you guys, and what actually set the robot off, you'll notice that the gentleman was wearing headphones. And did anybody beg to ask the question, what kind of music was he listening to? Well, yes. He's all tied into the computer, so whenever the guy played his music on the computer, I think the robot caught the vibe, and he was just like, time to mosh, time to become Ultron,
Bust a move.
There's some recent conversation going on about activities Obama had made in his administration's tenure, and also some of the things they made against Trump, coming after him with the Russia collusion hoax. Well,
Especially the president is above the law.
That story and this next story are reminders that if any other president did this in the past, it'd be a huge deal, but now barely that big of a deal. So over the weekend, former President Trump shared a fake AI-generated video on social media showing former President Barack Obama being arrested in the Oval Office. The video, originally posted on TikTok, depicts FBI agents handcuffing Obama while Trump looks on and smiles. The post comes after the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, accused the Obama administration of a treasonous conspiracy to undermine Trump's 2016 election win. Gabbard released over 100 pages of documents alleging attempts to suppress intelligence and promote claims of Russian interference. She's now calling for federal investigations and prosecutions, here warning, in her words, that democracy is at stake. Democrats have dismissed her claims as baseless and politically motivated. Now, remember that for years, presidents refused to even criticize their successors. But now you got one posting a video of him being arrested. Critics say the timing is a distraction from controversies surrounding Trump, including his alleged ties to Jeffrey Epstein. President Obama's office has not commented on the video or the allegations.
And in the campaigning, Democrats would say that Trump was a threat to democracy.
Yes, they did, and continue to say that.
They spied on my campaign.
Well, there's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? This is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally verified.
No.
We can't verify it because we don't want to verify it. The 60 Minutes stopwatch broke again. Now, as usual, the media were covering for the Democrats, as they always do. Leslie Stahl and the rest of the corporate media simply took as gospel whatever Obama's henchmen were claiming about Trump and Russian collusion. And it was all a lie.
Well, we've known that there was a concerted effort coming from the administration to basically try to destroy President Trump in his first term. And so that just didn't happen by osmosis. Somebody had to give the order because it was coordinated. It looks like right now, which we all suspected, that this goes all the way to the top, potentially from President Obama himself. And so I'm grateful that this is finally coming out because this was an actual coup attempt. You hear the Democrats talk about threat to democracy. There is a threat, and there was a threat to democracy, but it wasn't coming from the right or for conservatives. It was coming from the left, and it looks like it came all the way, whether it was President Obama or his closest associates, it looks like it went all the way to the White House. It is important that this is investigated. So something like this, an attempted coup in essence, never happens again in the United States of America, the greatest democracy in ever.
You know, my colleague Greg Jarrett here at Fox wrote an op-ed at foxnews.com how Obama and his cronies created the Trump-Russia hoax. But he also poses the question, what happens next? And that is the question about what happens next.
Consequences to these actions. They embolden other people to
I
be
like
cruel
Big Mike, and I cannot
divisive
lie.
and racist. And it frays the fabric of our society. And it affects how our children see things. And it affects the ways that our families get along. It affects how the world looks at America. That behavior matters. Character matters.
Is this during the C word OVID? Rallies from the car?
And by the way, while he's doing all that,
I wouldn't be surprised.
it distracts all of us from the truly destructive actions that his appointees are doing all across the government, actions that affect your lives. You know, the Environmental Protection Agency that's supposed to protect our air and our water is right now run by an energy lobbyist that gives polluters free rein to dump unlimited poison into our air and water. The Labor Department, that's supposed to protect workers and their rights. Right now it's run by a corporate lobbyist who's declared war on workers.
Let's get to the biggest story of the past week. I'd argue it's the biggest story of the year, of the decade. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, declassified documents revealing overwhelming evidence, Josh, that demonstrated how Barack Obama, together with his national security team, the likes of John Brennan and James Clapper, they manufactured intelligence to create the entire 2016 Russian election interference narrative.
And President Obama and his team, their goal was to essentially not accept the decision of the American people and to use this manufactured, politicized intelligence as a means to enact what would become essentially a years-long coup against President Trump. A years-long Mueller investigation that cost taxpayers almost $40 million, 2 congressional impeachments, endless smears and attacks against not only President Trump, but his family. He had senior members of his team who were investigated, some arrested and jailed. We had heightened and increased tensions between the United States and Russia. The list goes on and on about the consequences of President Obama and his senior cabinet members politicizing intelligence once again, and I say these words very clearly, to enact what was essentially a years-long coup, subverting the will of the American people in that election.
That's not hyperbole, Josh. It was a coup. It was a quiet coup, and its impact is still being felt today.
Well, it was an attempt at a coup. The coup failed because Donald Trump did win the 2016 election. But overall, Rita, the Russia collusion delusion, as I like to call it, is really one of the 2 greatest gaslighting operations perpetrated against the American people in my entire adult lifetime. The other, by the way, is what we just saw last year with the Democrats running a literal mental patient and the lengths that they went to conceal Joe Biden's health for years and years. But the Russiagate hoax is right up there. I mean, those are the top 2 hoaxes, the top 2 gaslighting, bamboozling operations of my lifetime. The most astonishing thing about the Russia collusion delusion is twofold. One is, I think we, at this point, especially given what DNI Tulsi Gabbard has said, we can kind of put 2 and 2 together and realize that by January 2017, when then FBI Director Comey formally brought in Robert Mueller to do the whole Russiagate probe, a probe, by the way, that took up literally more than half of the Trump presidency. Trump was not exonerated until March 2019, if memory serves. So the entire half of his first term was totally derailed by this. But by the time Comey announced this in January of 2017, they knew, the FBI at that time knew that this was bunk. They absolutely, without question, period, full stop, end of story, would have known this was a Hillary Clinton, Fusion GPS, Perkins Coie political hit job, literally in the con.
All right, so do you think they're going to arrest President Obama?
I mean, it would be great if they did, but, you know, I don't think they will. I don't know. I hope something happens. I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody's ever held accountable, you know?
Yeah, there's been years of claims that arrests are going to be made for all sorts of different people, and that's part of the letdown of the whole QAnonymous conspiracy. Is that whole narrative has been promising these arrests and trials and tribunals and all these different things, but I do think it's funny that in social media, President Trump can post, you know, Obama getting arrested, and it's just like, is he foreshadowing? Because that would just upend like the whole history of presidential interaction. Because if we're going from where past presidents wouldn't even criticize predecessors to a president arresting a predecessor, the kind of the dynamic of power in the U.S. it seems to put a different taste on the presidency. You know, if they are able to be arrested.
Yep.
Well, I think this is super important. Interesting also. Did you guys see that recently a 15-year-old Gianna Geese became the first known person to survive rabies without...
Oh my gosh. That's pretty insane. Rabies is horrifying if you have ever looked into it. How fast you...
Absolutely.
You can't drink water, like your body won't take... That's insane.
Apparently it's one of the most deadly... I think it's the deadliest disease that man can catch, according to, you know, deadly, you know, measurements or whatever. It is very interesting that she survived without getting, you know what, but also, you know, it begs the question about modern medicine in general, which brings us to our next topic. Check out this clip, which was recently decided for the World Health Assembly. All right, let me just read it for you guys. While you were distracted, this got signed. The pandemic agreement was officially adopted by the World Health Assembly, giving the WHO sweeping new powers over 175 nations. This means border shutdowns, lockdowns, mass V efforts, digital health ID systems can now be triggered by unelected officials like the WHO director. Guys, look, I don't want to say I called it, Jeremiah, but do you remember the joke that I tried to tell Eddie Bravo and Sam Tripoli at their performance, you know, when they had the live interaction section, and I was like, who controls the world? There's a reason they worship the owl, right? Because it makes the noise, hoo, hoo. You know?
Yeah. How could I forget, man? Yep.
Look, literally, they're giving
even YouTube.
The
I mean,
director.
They're all in on it.
Guys, listen. If you think we were ahead of the curve here at Skiba News Nation, or if you think it's funny that, you know, the elite worship owls and then they give all the power to the WHO, which is the sound that the owl makes, right?
I like the band Who.
Well, check this. Hey, yeah, the Who was OG punk. They were the first. All right. Well, in a recent congressional hearing, check this out.
You recognize? Yes. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human into our lettuce right now. Also, tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human into tobacco products. Chairman Clements?
And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a in them?
You recognize? Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a in it. All we're saying is if it does have in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage. You recognize?
Thank you. Well, my question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You recognize? Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a in there, that you are aware of what you, thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio in there, that you are aware of what you're buying has a polio. The problem you have is if it's not treated as a pharmaceutical, being the size and difference between you and me, how many tomatoes do I have to eat to get the proper dosage versus how many tomatoes that you have to eat? And if you eat too many, do you get a overdose?
Very interesting. Some of the things that are happening, guys. Of course, we are just watchers and trying to be watchmen and women. It's good to be aware of, conversations at the highest levels of our government who set the rules and precedents for the FDA and for the people that say what we can and cannot sell on the grocery store shelf. Well, when they're starting to be evasive on topics and questions like that one, woo! Especially seeing all the powers and things going to the overarching health empire across the world. Yeah. Anyways, that's all the news for this week, guys. Don't forget to go and check out tribethegame.net. And that's all. Jeremiah, back to you.
All right, man. Thanks for another great current news as always. And now a quick look at my new book, Charlie's Big Adventures Around the World or Not.
Something in the mail today. Can I open it up? See what it is. Look at that. Charlie, look at this. Look. It's you. Charlie's Big Adventures Around the World. We're gonna flip through it. Get all that. Look at this thing.
Here they are.
To Danny's boy.
So now if you guys buy this in our Babylon Rising bookstore, you get a free signed copy for the same price. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys want a special edition of the book, go there.
Check out our new and improved BabylonRisingBooks.com, where you can get Rob Skiba books, bundles, DVDs, DVD-ROMs, videos, and so much more. You can even get Sheila and Jeremiah's books, so check it out now.
It's about that time for an all-new Uppa's Corner. Take it away, Uppa.
Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
The strange, the bizarre, the unexpected. These are the kinds of subjects a man named Robert L. Ripley challenged us to believe it or not.
Believe it or not, you.
Wally, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Believe it!
You're a loony.
In a study on lab rats, Oreo cookies were found to be just as addictive to them as cocaine or morphine. Wow, dude. Twist it open and eat the cream filling. It's far out, man. Believe it or not. When jeweler Harry Winston donated the 45.52 carat Hope diamond to the Smithsonian Institution in 1958, he sent it via first-class mail from New York to Washington, D.C., describing it as the safest way to mail gems. He paid $145.29 for the delivery, $2.44 in postage, plus $142.85 for $1 million of insurance. What an idiot. Believe it or not. Paul Revere never actually shouted, "The British are coming!" What he really said was, "I'm getting the out of here." Believe it or not. Oklahoma's state vegetable is a watermelon. Now I'm confused. What are fruits and what are vegetables? Believe it or not. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. There are a lot of other things he didn't invent either. Believe it or not. The saying, "flying off the handle," is thought to originate from the 1800s and referred to the crudely made axes falling apart at mid-swing. Believe it or not. Some pirates wore earrings because they believed it improved their eyesight. Or was it for something else? Believe it or not. Swedish band ABBA's stage costumes in the 1970s were deliberately outrageous because the cost of clothes was tax deductible in Sweden if it could be proven that they were unsuitable for everyday wear. Taxman. Believe it or not. Rhode Island mistakenly sent out more than 175 tax return checks signed by Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy!
Believe it or not. It is illegal to kill Bigfoot in Washington state. Bigfoot's life matters. Believe it or not. Broccoli is a man-made food. I knew it. I knew it. There was a reason why I didn't like baby trees. Believe it or not. In 1991, Millie, the White House dog, earned more than 4 times President George Bush's salary. Had a better agent than George. Believe it or not. Aerosmith has earned more money from the video game Guitar Hero than from any of their albums.
That's crazy.
Believe it or not. Warning. The content of the following videos have not been verified by Opa's Corner. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh.
What I want you to pay attention to is the size of the capsule when Jeff Bezos falls or trips when he's running around the outside of it, which you will see right here. Okay, now watch to your right. He's going to come running around the capsule and trips and falls right here.
So funny.
Okay, now what I really want you to pay attention to is the size of the capsule compared to the people standing around it and compared to him. Look at the size of that capsule right there. Now look at the size of the capsule when he's doing the rescue. Look how little bitty that thing is compared to the one that he's running around right here and trips and falls. Two total different size capsules. Now, if you don't comprehend what I'm trying to show you here when I say two different sizes, look at the size of the capsule compared to the people standing on the ground beside it. Not even half of their bodies are as high as even half of the window. Now, look at this shot right here. This lady is standing flat-footed on the ground and comes up almost to the top of the window.
Talk about things caught on camera. Bro, have you seen, okay, there's this clip of the Falcon 9 in space, and it was a live stream, right? And so it's showing the outside of the ship, okay? Someone spotted a mouse. What? On the outside of the thing. You can see it on video. You can see it crawl.
In space?
That's what I'm saying. That's what people are freaking out about, man. Because people are like, wait a minute. Is this true? Is this a live stream from actual space? Or is this some type of studio stuff and they just let something slip?
Oh, man.
But dude, I'll show you the video. It's absolutely crazy because you see it up close and you're just like, what is he looking at? And then you see something move that absolutely, that's 100% a mouse.
Oh my gosh.
And so it makes me wonder, like,
it's the new Ratatouille.
What are they up to? What are they filming?
Astronaut? What do you mean that could be an astronaut?
Right there.
Wait!
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. And it's all over.
I mean, it could probably live for like a little bit on the
outside.
Way to space.
No, your
on the
head
way.
explodes.
Like,
I have no idea.
The atmosphere still, though.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting.
Didn't they
just
say that
casually taking a stroll?
This will blow your mind. If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, then who took the photo from outside? Why have we never returned to the moon, even though we now have technology thousands of times more advanced? If humans evolved from apes, why are apes still apes and haven't evolved as well? Why did 56 countries sign a treaty to do almost nothing in Antarctica? What is it they don't want us to know? Why can't planes fly over Antarctica? How did NASA manage to lose the footage of the moon landing, one of the most important events in human history? How were the pyramids and other massive structures built? Perfectly symmetrical and incredibly detailed, when people at that time lived in huts and used the most basic tools? How did they manage it without machines or advanced technology? Why are there ancient Egyptian artworks that look like depictions of spaceships? And how do we explain the remains of giant bones that have been discovered? What about the stories of giants in ancient texts, including the Bible? Why does ancient Egyptian art, along with other cultures, depict the shape of a pine cone that just so happens to look very similar to the human pineal gland? Why do so many cultures across the world have legends of dragons, even though they were separated by thousands of years and vast distances? And why are dragons also mentioned in the Bible? Why does the music and entertainment industry contain so many strange, almost demonic symbols? And why are so many video games centered purely on violence? How is it that The Simpsons can predict events with such detail and accuracy? If we're living in the most advanced era in history, why are obesity, cancer, heart disease, and depression all at record levels? So many questions, so few answers.
Ancient artifacts that doesn't make any sense. The Babylonian Nokia. A 2,000-year-old battery found in Iraq. Advanced aircrafts carved by the Egyptians. A spark plug found in a 500,000-year-old stone. A 100-million-year-old hammer encased in rock. Ancient sculptures that look like astronauts.
Why are they keeping this a secret? Electric cars existed long before Tesla and hybrids. In the early 1900s, electric cars were very popular. 1/3 of all cars in the U.S. were electric. Today, it's much less than 1%. So what happened? The government and oil companies saw electric cars as a threat to their profits. They had invested a lot in gasoline technology and infrastructure. To protect their interests, they made laws and rules favoring gasoline cars. But it gets worse. In 1980, Stanley Meyer invented a car that ran on water. His water fuel cell split water into hydrogen and oxygen. He was close to changing technology forever, but Meyer was stopped. He was sued, his patents were taken away, and he got many threats. In 1998, Meyer had a sudden heart attack after drinking cranberry juice. As he was dying, he kept saying, "They killed me, they killed me." After his death, the water engine disappeared, and the electric cars came back. When do you think they will bring back the water fuel cell?
This girl claimed to remember her past life, and everything changed the moment she saw her husband again. In 1962, in a quiet town in Ohio, a little girl named Sarah Mitchell began saying strange things at just 4 years old. She told her parents, "I'm not from here. My real home is in Charleston. I was married once, in another life, and I died bringing our child into the world." Her parents thought it was just a phase until she said his name, James Walker. She described streets she'd never seen. By age 9, her story reached a family friend who worked in local journalism. A small team followed her to Charleston, and that's when it happened. Sarah stepped out of the car and, without hesitation, led them to a blue house on Magnolia Avenue. She stood on the porch, staring. When James Walker stepped outside, now in his 40s, Sarah locked eyes with him and whispered something only he could have known. His face went pale. She described the inside of the house, a silver locket, the name of their son. No one could explain it. Not science, not logic, just a little girl, haunted by memories that refused to die. And when she stood before her own former grave, she didn't cry. She just whispered, "I remember."
I'm sure he needs your support in all kinds of ways, but you can't claim your Bob as a dependent.
Let's just say he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
I'm not supposed to be! Hi, son. I just talked to your sister. She's pregnant. You mean? That's right, Tarzan. You're gonna be a monkey's uncle. Drive-by erasures. My God, it could have been any one of us. You can't swipe it, son. You'll have to walk to the next painting. Ooh, look, Rex. It's a scary meteor. Remember, Calloway, this is their biggest and best warrior. So stay alert. When you knock him down, he's gonna come right back at you. Student loans.
I'd like a cute one who's at least 21 and enjoys gardening.
Gub's clubs. No, not this one. Too many bells and whistles. It refuses to move. Maybe the remote's broken. I need to order a part for your garbage disposal. In the meantime, here's a loaner.
Look at us, Hank. I tell you, there was a time when we did more than just watch the hen house.
Taxi! Hang on. I gotta take a leak first. Alan had certainly learned a lesson, but his math teacher wasn't sure whether it was the right one. I will not talk in class times 10 squared. In its more horrific method of retribution, the mob will sometimes dress victims as mimes, place them in glass boxes, and let them perish slowly in full view of the public. Linda's 9-year racket of getting out of speeding tickets comes crashing to an end. Nun costume. Oh, sister, before I let you go, Vince here and I have been having a little debate that maybe you can settle. How does the 48th Psalm start out? Maybe we should put away our phones. She's trying to text on a cracker. For sale. First of all, you would get free hydroelectric power. Secondly, you'd never have to worry about running out of water. Great fishing.
And when you come back and show me that your parents have signed your report cards, then the cuffs can come off.
Just as Josh begins solving the equation, his fibromyalgebra starts acting up. Oh my! What's the problem?
X divided by y equals 2.
Dude, how should I know why it's there? Ring it and see what happens.
Ding dong.
Dinner's here. Auntie M! Auntie M! There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Oh dear, look at these. I kill everything I touch.
Yes, you are snug. Now stop calling me in here and go to sleep.
We've decided to induce. For you, Jake. Your insurance company is refusing to pay your medical bills due to a pre-existing condition. It says you were already an idiot before you decided to rollerblade down the interstate.
Blast! You raise a dog from a pup, and suddenly, one day, he turns out to be a chicken killer.
No, you're wrong. It doesn't even go in one ear. I guess I'm officially old. I just spent 10 minutes chasing an eye floater with a fly swatter. Picture of the Beatles before they got really big. And that concludes another Opa's Corner.
Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat er nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut. Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat er nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
Opa's Corner is now available on my own YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you, Opa, for another great Opa's Corner. And now, a word from our friend, Kristen. I want to introduce you guys to somebody named Kristen, who's one of the biggest forces behind Skiba News Nation. This is Kristen. She helps us get all the big guests. I understand that you're doing this full time now. So how can people find out how to use your service?
Well, I started Fellow Helper Agency, and you can go to fellowhelperagency.com. And I do any of the behind the scenes, email, getting the interviews, and I do prep work for the shows as well. I do timestamps and moderating.
She is the best with connects. If you like any of our shows, any of our big guests, she's the person to go to. And if you have a channel, definitely go to our website. So go check out fellowhelperagency.com. So it's time for a special segment, which I call the Skiba Family in Washington, D.C. So let's play that intro. Now it says volume 1 on there because we just got back a couple days ago, and one of the videos I started editing on the plane, and we'll get all the footage out. We'll have it done, or I'll have it done by this Sunday's live stream, so make sure that you're there because we saw some incredible things and you definitely won't want to miss that. But in this first clip, we're going to be taking you with us. We're in one of the most iconic places of all time in American history, Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., where Abraham Lincoln was shot. He didn't die, but he was assassinated, and he was shot allegedly by John Wilkes Booth, and we've covered that before. But we'll also walk through the theater itself and then go to the Peterson house where he later died and took his final breath. So with that being said, let's play this first clip. Opa was doing a one of his Opa's Crazy Time segments, and it was about all the parallels between Lincoln and JFK.
Maybe we'll go to Lincoln's Waffle Shop.
Lincoln's Waffle Shop. I bet you there's some cool like gift shops over here.
Yeah, it says gift shop right there.
That says Ford's Theater, but it's on the side. See, there's a sign.
I think all of this is probably owned by Ford's Theater.
See, there's the sign right there. It says 25 cents entry, but that's not true. 25 cents.
There's the iHeart DC gift shop. It actually suits you.
Hey guys, we're in the Abe Lincoln Ford Theater. What do you guys think of the new look? Well, you guys let me know in the comments. So where are we about to go?
Ford's Theater. Look at my earrings that I just bought.
They're pennies. Very nice. Very nice. So we were not allowed to film anything in here, and I figured, what the heck?
Basement.
If I never get to go through Ford's Theater again, that's fine. So it's an exclusive just for you guys.
You're not selling
look
this.
At that.
This is just family home video.
Right. Did you see that lady's shirt?
I missed it.
It said biscuits and then P-O-R-N.
Accompanied President-elect
So weird.
Lincoln when the Baltimore assassination plot was uncovered.
Okay, look at this painting. Look at the hand gesture.
Is that a midget?
Huh?
Is this a midget?
Yeah, he's the local midget friend.
Reminds me of the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's a little slow. So, hello, Mr. Cave.
Are you gonna tell me about these people? Like
Promise. I didn't
he
say anything
like
bad.
It was like 6 foot something.
Yeah. I thought it was tall. Ask your phone. Say, how tall is he?
Yeah. Or him as a child. Looks like he had 2 sons.
Well, one of them died in the office. That's another parallel that he has with Kennedy, was that they had a miscarriage in the White House and really destroyed his wife.
Willie or Tad?
I want to say... Such weird names. We need to bring back the name Tad. Or Willie. It's so old.
Presidential.
That's Lincoln's biggest fan right there.
Or at
Actually,
least
that's
Mary Todd.
Mary Todd. Who was not a looker in my opinion, but to each his own. Whatever. I can't even really close up. It's so dark in those exhibits, because I think the light messes with the.
After Lincoln died, Mary, his wife, believed herself nearly bankrupt, and so she tried to sell all her dresses, and then the public thought that that was like low class and bad of her for trying to make a buck off her clothes.
Well, I also know that she believed in like mediums. There's a photo where there was like a spiritualist who said that he could take photos of ghosts. And there was a ghost of Abe Lincoln in her photo, but later they come to find out that it was fake, obviously.
His diary? Where is that?
It's right there. But this night right here.
This is a daybook.
I don't know, but that's the night that he used to visit.
4 of them were actresses.
Those were John Wilkes Booth's cards.
I would assume for one in the dress.
And one of them was his wife, and the other ones were working girls. If you catch my drift.
Here's his first life mask. This one shows a very different man, older, gaunt, and careworn.
It's the same to me.
Belongs to one of the guests.
Those were crazy. Those are tickets from that night.
Back in time.
Going back.
Getting ready in the morning. He's gonna take his stagecoach to his friend's house.
Gonna put his big hat on.
Or maybe he walked these stairs.
Yeah, I mean these are more accurate. So.
But he might have walked in the back, you know, because he's famous. There's a big old bust of his head.
Little bus? That's a big bus.
Oh my gosh, that's it right there.
It's interesting, some of the places like this are ran by park rangers. And so I was trying to like hide my camera while park rangers were walking behind me.
That's so crazy. You guys got so close.
Smile. Lincoln died here. What do you think so far? Well, he didn't die there. He died across the street. Because if I turn around, that's where Lincoln died. Right?
Down and to the right. Down and to the right.
So they would have taken his body out of there, and they went right across the street. And it's not named after Henry Ford. The Ford's here.
The house where Lincoln died. We're in the room that was considered Mary's waiting room. She waited in the parlor.
There was lots of strange wallpaper in the White House
She was
too.
in this room when Lincoln died.
And they very much don't want you to touch anything, or especially the wallpaper, which is kind of interesting. is. Somebody said he was brain dead.
President Lincoln died in this room.
He did die in this room?
He died in this room.
He died right there. He said he was brain dead when he came over.
Photographs taken in this room.
Now they have his last breath at the
original
Smithsonian.
bed is on display at the Chicago
I made that up.
History Museum in this room when he died.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
Original wallpaper, original everything. You can even see
Do you think
depicted.
he was brain dead? Or was he showing any
all the books
signs
that have
of
been
cognition?
written about Abe Lincoln. No, he was definitely brain dead. That's what the tour guide, or not tour guide, but park ranger told us. I call it the Tornado of Lincoln books. Those are all books about Abraham Lincoln. Placing and throwing coins. And this is right before we visit the next place. And there's Lindsay in front of the Peterson house where Lincoln died. So that was where Lincoln met his fate. One of the best Republicans in my opinion. But now this next clip is very interesting because it happened almost by accident. So every day we were staying at a hotel where we had to take Uber all the way to DC. And so when we were staying in DuPont Circle, I think is what it was called, and we would get in an Uber and drive to DC every day. And so on the way, Lindsay was looking out the window and said, that looks like I saw the word Freemason on the side of this building. And so like the first 2 days we saw it, and then finally that night I was like, we got to go up to it and we got to, see what it is. And so we did, and here's the footage, and then we'll talk more about it. Go on our own spooky adventure. We're gonna go to the Masonic, and then the Masonic Lodge of DC, where George W. Bush and friends do dirty things. So guys, we are going from where our hotel is, well, kind of.
0.1 mile.
We're going from the 7-Eleven. It's 0.1 mile away from where we're staying, and no, we do not have any connection to this. Lindsay just so happened to find it. And I'm not suicidal. Right?
We were taking an Uber. Most of the time when we were taking the Uber to like the mall,
the mall.
drove by it every single time, and it was on my side of the car. So I saw it every single time, and it looks really creepy. And
they do tours, but then they don't do tours. It's kind of weird.
I don't think they do tours. I couldn't find anything online.
The guy on the phone.
There's nothing online where you could book a tour online, but you have to call.
But
them.
there was when I called them, I did call them just to see for shits and giggles. But
my legs are
I know.
barely working. I'm gonna be very
my hips are about to give out, but worth it, I think. And then we're done. We're done with DC. We just gotta get home.
We're gonna hit over 20,000 steps.
Hey, that's a milestone. 20,000?
So
What do you think about
walking.
that, babe? 20,000?
That's a lot of walking.
Yeah. Is that it?
Here it is.
That was just that day.
It's
Masonic temple, guys.
purple.
It's purple. It's rainbow. And that, I don't think the video does it justice how freaking massive that place is. And it's so out of place. Like that looks like one of the buildings in the city.
Significantly far from
Yeah,
the
we
White House
are very
and
far
the
from the White
mall.
House.
Like it's not like you see these big
25
things
minutes,
everywhere. This is, I mean, there's some big buildings, but they look like regular old hotel buildings.
Okay, so guys, we just
There's also these big buildings. There's also
yeah, those lines. What?
sphinxes, kind of, right?
Yeah, they're like sphinxes. Let's see if I can zoom in. There's a man sitting right there, and I had no idea. That's beautiful. Just know, guys, that's because we see a Freemason, and we're trying to get in their good graces and not piss them off. We're trying to act cool. There's another one up there. The Sphinx.
There.
Oh my gosh, we gotta get up there. It's so I mean, this place weird is looking. Massive. Gary Wayne, please, if you know anything about this, let me know. This is interesting. For sure. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Supreme Council, 33rd degrees. I guess it says museum and library. The U's or V's or something. Let me zoom up. This is what you call journalism, guys. I'm blessed to have such a good wife that found this. So spooky. It's probably about as tall as the Lincoln right there. Memorial or Lincoln Monument. So it's so interesting, like their choice and what they do, what they choose to represent them. It's like a sphinx, but it has like a weird face too, like a very strange face.
It's like ominous at night.
I know, it is creepier. And this is the front.
So there's an inscription at the top of this.
So there's a guy standing outside. Right.
Freemasonry builds its temples in the hearts of men and among nations. You ready?
Yeah. Where is it?
The temple of the Supreme Council of the 33rd and last degree of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry for the Southern jurisdiction of the United States, erected to God and dedicated to the service of humanity. Salve Frater.
Wow.
Something like
weird. So tall. I mean, oh yeah, I heard they had like tigers. So as we do, not knowing anything about massive. This, walk right into the front door. That's the door. It's like they're expecting Abraham Lincoln to come alive from that statue. What does that say on the side? Can you read that? It's blank.
But look at these door knockers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's not make them open up. No, she did try to cooking. See if it would open up. But what if like somebody wanted to join or something? They're not doing a very good job.
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Hey man, do you know what time they open here? There's a guy. Do you know what time they open here? I don't. Okay. Are you work or you come here? No, I don't. I'm trying to find a friend. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Have a good day. Trying to find a friend. Babe, come this way real quick. Actually, we should probably go the other way because there are homeless people. This building and the Sphinx. I think that guy was like security, because you'll see here in a second. I know, it's weird, and the face is different than a normal Sphinx. Here, let's go this way because there's a homeless. There are not many homeless people in DC, but the ones that are there. Look at the stained glass. That's so different. Can be mean. I mean, it looks like a weird face from SpongeBob, kind of. If any. Oh, it does. I bet you George W. Bush comes here, or something. Weird things happen. Yeah, the owl god. The. Yep. I feel like we're doing that, but it's like on a smaller scale. They're probably gargoyles, right? I'm gonna get this guy over there. We were trying to see if anybody would come out, you know? And then this guy over there. Alright, let's go on this wall right here. Let's see what this is. So as I pointed to earlier, there's a guy sitting up there that I did not see, and Lindsay saw him, and she
So
she freaked
I
out
think
a little bit.
oh look, here's a sign, 1733. Look, it has 33 in it.
They did that on purpose.
1733. What are the odds, you know? Guys, this is what we do for you on Skiba Nation. We film over the fence. And then there's like a weird purple light over here. Let's go down these steps.
The building keeps going, and it looks like they're doing renovations to it. But that car,
oh wow, it's big,
turned its brights on.
Like it goes all.
When we started
like,
walking further down.
It's like the White House, big. Like it's like long and tall, and there's like security like over there, probably protecting. It's like Secret Service. What do you think that is on the other side? I mean, it's a public alleyway. You want to go? Looks like they're doing some renovation on this one. The DC headquarters.
That's what I originally thought it was. Just their DC place.
Look at that. They gotta do some weird stuff in there. But you can't really see up there very well. Yeah. Well, not cool. It wouldn't be cool to go. I mean, it would be pretty cool actually. Those look like tigers or lions up there.
I know. I kept trying to zoom in with my camera, but it wasn't good enough.
Maybe on the steps it would be easier. Let me go back down. You think that's security back there? With the lights on? Because I only saw one light and then there were two. So W probably has walked up these steps. And let's see.
I don't know why I'm picking on W so much.
Let's see. I don't know what that is. But they got weird stuff that goes on here, I bet. Anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think they do here? Babe, look at this.
It had
on the
like
floor,
handles
it looks like,
on it.
like a dungeon or something. Like that looks like that lifts up. You know what that probably is, or it could be? It could be a cornerstone. Such an interesting place, I must say. Gary, I want to know what you know about this place because you are the king of the bloodlines, and you've done so much research on this place. I mean, you got to tell me more, man. Lindsay, I mean,
Come back next summer.
yeah, I wouldn't have known about this. Yeah, let's meet Gary Wayne here, and we can you know,
Jake, we gotta do
what
that.
Alex Jones did to Bohemian Grove. Let me just go with one more view. That is so strange.
So funny you mentioned that, and then the other day I was
So
like,
out of
hey, we
place,
should call
right?
Gary up and
I
go on an
think. I mean, it
adventure.
looks like
You know,
it
he's
should be
never
in
been to
like
DC.
downtown DC, you know,
It's like trying to match
something that's not there.
all the other temples that are in the mall.
So we're going from here, and we'll show you how close it is to where we are.
What we're saying? Okay.
So I
good.
sped it up, so
For now.
and it sounded funny.
And we ought to go today, my friend. You know, get back. But really, I mean, I thought it was going to be further than it actually was. So what, if you had to guess, what would you think that it is? What do you, I mean, we know it's a, it's 1733, which I'm sure the 17 has something to do with something. But I mean, maybe that's why they picked this place, because that was the only thing with 33 still left in it. It sounds like something I would do, but I'm so curious. And guys, I'm gonna get photos and put them
Probably best
in
we
the
didn't
daytime,
know.
like what it looks like in the daytime.
What it
Yeah,
was
maybe some video. I don't know if anybody's seen a
beforehand.
video of that. So inconspicuous, but it's right out in the open. Like in the morning, you would only know if you were like looking out the window like Lindsay, but like I didn't know about it until she told me. She's like, there's a weird looking building. I think it's a Freemason lodge, probably. And this area is kind of interesting. It all looks like, I don't know why, it reminds me of like San Francisco. All the houses are like thin, if there are like houses.
So it's like way out of place.
Anyways, I don't want to give our exact where these people live, so I'm going to turn it off and turn it back.
So, you know, after going to that creepy place, I found out there's a lot, like it goes so much deeper. And Opa, if you want to start playing that slideshow that I sent you, so the address is 1733 16th Street, and it's called the House of the Temple.
1733 16th Street NW, Washington, D.C., is home to the House of the Temple, which is the headquarters of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Southern Jurisdiction, one of the most powerful and historically significant Masonic bodies in the world. What is the House of the Temple? Built 1911 to 1915. Architect John Russell Pope, who also designed the Jefferson Memorial and National Archives. Design inspiration, modeled after the ancient mausoleum at Halicarnassus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Purpose: it serves as the national headquarters for the Scottish Rite Southern Jurisdiction, a major branch of Freemasonry in the U.S. Significance: Masonic Power Center. The Southern Jurisdiction, SJ, controls 35 U.S. states and is often called the Mother Supreme Council of the world. Library and archives. The house holds one of the largest Masonic libraries in the world and extensive occult and esoteric archives. Albert Pike's remains. The remains of Confederate General and 33rd degree Freemason Albert Pike are interred here. Pike is a controversial figure due to his writings.
DC is the headquarters of the United States. This was like the headquarters of the Freemasons and the Scottish Rite. It's just so weird and so crazy that I'm glad I didn't look it up beforehand, because we probably would have been too freaked out to go. But they call it the House
I like his letters.
of the Temple. Huh?
Albert Pike, I like his letters. He's
Yep.
got some really detailed letters.
Yeah, about the 3 World Wars.
World Wars, yeah.
His role in Freemasonry and his Confederate ties. Presidential connections. Presidents have been Freemasons, including George Washington, Harry S. Truman, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Gerald Ford. Given its prestige and the influence of the Scottish Rite, it's highly likely that presidents who were Masons, such as Truman and FDR, had interactions with or connections to the House of the Temple. The building is filled with esoteric symbolism, Egyptian-style architecture, and Masonic ritual chambers that raise eyebrows among those who study secret societies. Albert Pike controversy. Pike is rumored to have written about a future World War plan in a letter to Giuseppe Mazzini, allegedly outlining 3 world wars to shape the global order. Luciferian accusations. A quote attributed to Pike in Morals and Dogma speaks about the Luciferian light, that high-level Freemasonry involves Luciferian worship. Secret rituals. High-degree rituals, like the 32nd and 33rd, are performed here, many of which are secretive and heavily dramatized. Some researchers claim these rituals have dark Gnostic or occult overtones. Influence and secrecy. Many suspect that powerful political, legal, and financial decisions have been made within those walls, away from public scrutiny. Bottom line, the House of the Temple is a stunning architectural and historical landmark and a powerful symbol of elite Freemasonry in America. It is respected by Masons and historians alike, but also draws suspicion and intrigue from truthers, researchers, and conspiracy theorists due to its secrecy, esoteric symbolism, and the powerful men associated with it.
That's cool, man. It's just like, I wonder what secrets lie hidden within the vaults of their archives.
That's the blueprint that I found online. And it'll tell you what all the rooms are, and I'll have to like make that a printout or something. But it tells you what everything is.
Yeah, I think Freemasonry as an organization, back in the early 1900s, there was actually a big revolt against Freemasonry, and they were kicking them out of churches left and right, and there was this massive revival all across the USA. But slowly, it eventually came back, and you see it came with a lot of the fraternities and kind of like it went hand in hand with the introduction of unions and stuff like that, and then they have that the headquarters there, and really interesting how they use those connections to get power in the world and stuff.
Well, I don't know if you noticed that big thing that looks like they would have like a casket on top of it, had Hebrew writing on it, and I wonder what it says. I'm curious to know what it says. So if you guys happen to pause it and see it and translate it, that would be really cool to see what it is. But what did you think, Uppa?
Yeah, I thought it was really fascinating. I'm sorry you couldn't get in. I was hoping that when Lindsay pulled on the handle that the door would open.
Well, they have a weird website. But you can only find it on like your Maps app, right? And so it has a website, and they only have a call number, but you can rent the place, but you have to be, I'm sure, a Freemason to rent the place. But it has a phone number, so I called the phone number. I wish I had recorded it, but it went to a strange voicemail, and it was like, I can't remember what it said. Maybe I can show you guys at some point. But the second slide over, there was a Elvis impersonator with the G on his scarf, and I was like, man, why do they got to bring Elvis into this? But yeah, that's all I got for the 2 clips, because we just got back. And like I said, this Sunday, make sure you tune in at 7 p.m. CST, and we'll show you the rest of our footage. Lindsay's going to come on again with me, and I think it'll be really fun. So, you got some memes for me today, Jake?
Yeah, I got a few.
All right, me up.
Me.
Me up.
Check out this fantastically cute duck. Oh, it's so cute. My girls would love to play with that little duck. Oh.
Boink.
All right, and another kind of cute but also morbidly fascinating. Did you know that butterflies drink the tears of turtles?
No.
Yes. Well, apparently that's a source of sodium for butterflies. Check it out.
They like to taste turtles. They're saying, don't cry. Let me slurp it up.
Let's slurp up your tears, Mr. Turtle.
No need
You're
to be
so
sad.
salty good. Let us give you little butterfly kisses on your eyeballs.
He looks like he's trying to get him off of him. He's like moving his head, like, get off me.
Oh, I can't see. Oh.
I just want to cry in peace.
Here's somebody living in like 2045 or something. Check this out.
Man, if she'd come up with an invention that does something like that, that'd be cool. That's just like a party thing, right? Pretty talented.
Some people are so ingenious. All right. So my mind is exceptionally quiet today. I'm suspicious I may be up to something I don't want me to know about. Yeah, you and all the other 15 personalities. This makes perfect sense. Remember, to get beeped or beep person might get sick from the virus they got beeped against because you're not beeped. Yeah, here's the Babylon Bee. Democrats outraged after court rules Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces can command armed forces.
Yep.
I guess it makes sense. Yeah, but the truth is, until this happens, nothing will change. And that's why in our news segment today, we talked about how Obama could be the domino that topples the... you know what I mean.
Yep.
By the way, this is how you keep calm in traffic jams. Yep, that and the Ruach HaKodesh, right? Yeah, man, alright, that's all it means for this week, guys.
Alright, thanks Jake for another great current news memes as always. Up and thank you for another great Opus Corner, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first volume 1 of our trip to DC. So stay awake, not woke, subscribe, and stay tuned. If you like what we do here on Skiba News Nation, please like and subscribe, and also share with others so we can grow the biggest truth-seeking community on the internet. Huge shout out to all of our Patreons out there. If you like bonus content, you want some extra Skiba News Nation stuff, please go to patreon.com/Skiba News Nation.
Same here, man. I'm good.
Son of the legendary Ross Jeremiah Skiba.
It's like they don't even want to wake up.